Dear colleagues, I have to say that I'm truly humbled and maybe somewhat flattered to be speaking here for such a sophisticated audience and in this kind of a lineup of 4 speakers. Last time I was here about 3 years ago, I talked a lot about COPPA because it had just hit us. It had only 6 months transfer period, and we did a lot of work. And the reason I'm mentioning it is that after that exercise, going through like our third-party agreements sounds familiar, and really like informing the consumers, etc., even though it was a region-specific and sector-specific legislation. But I was under illusion that now the organization has totally another awareness level, that it will be easy for me because I knew what is happening in the EU. But what happened every time when we discuss COPPA with our like business and tech people? So I said that, yeah, this is it, but Europe is going to have much stricter rules, but not yet. And that's where what only thing they heard was not yet. And happily went back to their desk and thought that, okay, something happens, but not today. And I felt like a bit of a demented parrot because I kept repeating that every time that Europe is going to have much stricter rules for everybody with astronomical fines. And it has a deep impact for the business, but not yet. And that was a mistake. So everybody who knows me knows that I'm guilty of really provocative examples and horribly bad analogues. So I had to find something to get the attention. So next time I met these people, I said, do you know GDPR is a bit like having a pet or child in the house. It will wake up in your nights, it takes a lot of attention, it will be troublesome, and by the way, it's there to stay. It won't leave anywhere within next week. It will be there for 10 to 20 years and maybe much less rewarding. So just have that attitude in your mind that it's not that business is going to be as usual. But still it was kind of an uphill work. So I kind of sunk to the new depths. So sorry for all the Tolkien fans, but I'm also the fan. So I made this little catchphrase there to sink into our nerd head. All the nerds love Lord of the Rings, etc. To have this that, okay, remember, this is what you are now facing. But one thing, what I also said, that this is kind of a silent revolution, no longer that silent. It's really about giving that power back to the end user. And that will be something that I will be repeating here. That I think that makes all the difference. We are all so very concerned about being compliant and doing our work right, and we are under pressure to create money and revenue for the company. And basically all the business, they don't want changes, they hate it, specifically if it hits their revenue or their bonus targets. And the thing here is that if you take the point of view of the end user, that kind of changes the perspective and makes everything much easier. It's a bit like that if you go to the work and you desperately want your boss to love you, and you try to smirk there and do all the things that he would promote you or she. And the thing here is that if you would do your work properly, maybe boss would like you, and don't concentrate on pleasing or having like glossy documents for authorities. The question here is that can you explain to the end user what you are doing?